Hi, and thanks for tuning in to watch this video. If you would like to know how to book a private session with me or how to get some tuition with me to learn how to connect with your guides in the angelic realm, just go to my blog, Fifth Dimension, by clicking on the link below this video, and fifthdimensional.blogspot.com, and click on the readings and mentoring tab once you get there, and you'll find all the information that you need right there. I'm also offering a really good deal at the moment, I suppose it is, for 6 weeks of tuition, which means that you actually get one session free. So just have a look on that page and scroll down and you'll find out about it there. Okay, and keep watching. Thank you very much again for your support, and hope you enjoyed the video. Wow, okay, so just going to do a little utopian look at the week ahead, the week beginning the 6th of May. Wow, what an intense full moon that was. Still kind of feeling the aftershocks of that. And I just want to say before I start, if it's still a great time to be prioritising, still a great time to be deciding what we don't want in our lives anymore. However, every time I felt I wanted to just stop something, end something, or, you know, kind of give something an ultimatum, I remembered there was a full moon. So I would say to anyone listening who felt that influence quite strongly, it was a supermoon after all, so even people who don't consider themselves to be particularly sensitive will have felt something of its influence. I just want to say, if you have felt in the last 24 hours, or I mean, you know, this is Monday, speaking from a Monday perspective, that you want to do something rash, don't. So those things that you need to clear from your life, that needs to be done from a place of contemplation. That needs to be done from a place of, okay, yes, I did feel this at the full moon and I still feel it now that the dust has settled and I'm in a very calm and centered place. So it wasn't the great. Sometimes a moon like that, especially in Scorpio, is great for just totally unearthing everything that's true. You know, like Scorpio's like a detective, so it can show you things in quite a dramatic way, quite suddenly. It's just the way that we react that's not always the most helpful. Anyway, that's my little full moon perspective. As I experienced it anyway. I'm not an expert, I'm just giving you some of my experience and what I feel all of these waves and currents are teaching us. And I wonder if the cards are going to say anything about contemplation. High Priestess. Ooh, there you go, have a look at that. So this is the card for the week ahead, but also it's just generally a card for us to look at where we're going in terms of creating a heaven on earth, and how we did it back in Atlantis, and what we can learn from that, and what our utopian future is calling us to do next. So, High Priestess. The High Priestesses of Atlantis were highly evolved women who were honoured and revered for their compassion, understanding, and selfless service to their people. They embodied feminine wisdom and channeled guidance from the Intergalactic Council for the development of Atlantis. How interesting. Sorry, I just got complete goose pimples there. I got goose pimples and I had a huge, my heart just opened immensely, and I have a recognition of myself as a priestess in Atlantis, and I wonder if I've got some priestesses coming to see this reading today. Okay, in order to develop their powers and incredible psychic and spiritual skills, they undertook extraordinary initiations to test themselves and to maintain their sixth sensory frequency. Yes, indeed. And their integrity, I have to add to that, because that's what... and I'm not going to even go into what that word means, because it's such a subjective thing. I just know what it means, and you priestesses out there will also know what it means. And I'm going to declare this Intergalactic International Priestess Week, High Priestess Week. So I want to celebrate that that divine feminine, and that within all of us, men and women, that divine feminine aspect within us that allows us to go within and to reach for the purest heart, and to find in that heart all of the capacities that we have for communication, connection with the divine, and for channeling divine guidance, and for hearing the guidance of our higher selves and of our guides and angels. And oh gosh, a unicorn just popped in. Unicorns want to be mentioned as well. So yes, I hope that's helpful to you this week. And it's just a reminder, really, to come into that sixth sensory or fifth dimensional essence, you, within you, okay? Because that is what created that civilization. That's what will create our heaven on earth. Okay, and the guidance says intuition, this card of feminine power and wisdom. This is the card of feminine power and wisdom. Do not rely on logic or rational thought at this time. That's a great one to get after, just after a supermoon. If you chose the High Priestess, you are called on to use your intuition and psychic gifts. Respond to challenges from your deepest knowing, for the answers lie within. You are reminded to work with total integrity and compassion. So just where we started with the supermoon, and what was that bit? It just said to respond to the challenges from your deepest knowing, for the answers lie within. So just to reaffirm that if you've had those rash feelings coming up from the full moon, just go inside and find that response from your deepest knowing rather than from a reactionary place, because it's not that I mean, those promptings are often right, just as, you know, we sometimes do feel very, very powerfully guided by an impulse, a gut response. However, sometimes it's the way that we deal with these things that really, really counts, that makes us a guided being, rather than, you know, someone who's just always reacting and being impulsive. So go within, find the answer, and find the way to begin to instigate the changes that you need to make this week. And final word on this, access your wisdom and listen to your intuition. It's basically summing it up. So have a lovely, lovely week, everyone, and yeah, have fun creating heaven on earth. Okay, bye.